This segment covers the basics of belly dance music, and we'll also talk briefly about how musical education facilitates your dance education. But before we get going, this is a really long segment and we're not doing any dancing. This piece of the course is really meant to be watched from a comfortable chair, maybe in your pajamas. This is like a story hour. So if you're not ready for that right now, if you're not ready to sit back and relax, then save this video for another time. It's okay if you do this piece of the course out of order. In my beginner classes, to the best of my ability, I try to teach the mechanics of movement without style so that you will be set up to specialize anywhere you like or to have the versatility to dance in whatever style you like, really whatever you want. But then once we put technique to work in the context of actual dancing, it's impossible for us to create a dance without some stylistic characteristics. So I've chosen a few things that I try to emphasize: clean lines, intelligent transitions, internal texture and counterpoint, and what is particularly relevant to our discussion here, following the music. And the music that we are following in particular in beginner classes is primarily classics from Egyptian and American cabaret styles. I'm using Egyptian and American cabaret music because culturally contextualized belly dance is the foundation for all belly dance, including tribal styles, tribal fusions, other fusions, everything you've ever seen me do that's not traditional. And because among cultural styles, Egyptian and American cabaret are the most widely practiced and the most broad categories. And the reason that I believe that you are best served by learning belly dance movements to this soundtrack is because the music affects the movement choices that become your instinct. And this is about vocabulary, but also sequencing and timing, punctuation. And this instinct or intuition is a key instinct in the integrity of your dance, making all of the pieces hang together, making a thing that looks like a thing and not like a random mess. As you progress, depending on where you go, integrity may or may not be an issue, but if you're studying with me, it's likely that you're drawn to the idea of working in an artistic direction, which is where we will eventually go in this curriculum. And whether artistic belly dance succeeds or fails is based almost entirely in integrity. And just quickly, what I mean by artistic belly dance is dance that is less about copying or imitating and more about you being a creator or an author, making intentional choices that express you as a presence in your dance. So to have integrity, we need a system, a basic grammar. And to get there, we are going to organize our movements by following the example of the conventions that organize conventional belly dance music. In any piece of music that we're using for dancing, it is our goal to identify beat and rhythm, instrumentation, and melody and structure. We started our discussion of beat and rhythm in the footwork overview, and we talked about the distinction between the beat of music and the rhythm that goes over top of it. And we looked in particular at one rhythm, baladi, or small masmudi, doom doom taka tak, doom taka tak, doom doom taka tak, doom taka tak. In our absolute beginner course, we also encountered 4 other rhythms: maqsoum, wahda, chiftetelli, and saidi, which I will review for you later in this segment. So then, on top of beat, on top of rhythm, we have melody. And in Middle Eastern music, we have conventional instruments that supply melody. One of these melody instruments is the drum, believe it or not, the same instrument that we were previously talking about in terms of beat and rhythm. Drums can also contribute melody, or maybe what we want to think of as melodic accenting, in the form of drum soloing or drum ornamentation.